Sword+Dance. Legend of the Black and White Spirits. Chapter 2. On top of the tallest building in the city, a portal opens and several human-sized creatures make their way out. Once they all came out, the last to exit the portal was Ryan himself. This world is just as pathetic as I remember. Whatever, you know what to do, get what we're here for, and if you fail you know what happens. Ryan tells the Skull Troops. Meanwhile, in a dojo-like classroom stood three people. Kiyoshi, Hoseki and the man who attacked Kiyoshi. I must say your reflexes are on point, Miss Hira. 1 millisecond later he would have lost his ear. Haha, the old man says. Wait, what do you mean by Hira? I'm the one who dodged that attack. Kiyoshi tells the man. True, but let me ask you, Mr. Takahashi, did you feel a sudden breeze in the room while dodging that attack? The man asked him. Kiyoshi rubbed his chin as he recalled what happened. Now that you mention it, not only was there a sudden breeze but the room shook a bit. I've lived in this place most of my life and we don't get earthquakes. Kiyoshi said. Hira, would you like to explain? The man asked, grinning. Wait, are you saying she has something to do with this? Kiyoshi asked, surprised. Come on, Miss Hira, don't tell me you're gonna keep him in the dark. The man said. Fine, fine, I used my powers to get you out of the way. Hoseki finally admitted. Huh, powers, what are you talking about? Kiyoshi said, confused. Allow me to explain. The name's Blitz. You, me and Ms. Hirai are beings known as spiritual guardians. We hold a powerful ability called Mystic Force. Blitz said. Mystic Force, what's that? Kiyoshi asked. Mystic Force is a power that is supplied by spiritual mana that allows the user to perform spells. Mystic Force is different from person to person, more exactly their main power. Let's take mine as an example. I have Mystic Wind, Hoseki said before extending her hand forward. A strong gust of wind started to blow inside the room. In her hand a wind in the shape of a bow formed in her hand. When the wind finally dispersed, a bow had formed into her hand. This is a weapon you create by using your Mystic Force. This ability is called Forge. This weapon is the only way to kill demons, skulls and onis, or an evil spirit like us. Hoseki explained further. Interesting, and what about those two silhouettes? Kiyoshi asked. Those two spirits are the reasons why we are here. We sensed a large amount of spiritual mana, and for a normal spirit to reach that high is impossible, so we suspected that it might be the black and white spirits, Blitz explained. Black and white spirits, Kiyoshi said. Yes, the black and white spirits are a high-level power. Black gives the power of master ability and strength, while white gives of speed and agility. They come with other abilities. I am here to train you how to use and control those abilities. Blitz explained. I see. Well then, why is Hira here as well? Kiyoshi asked. You, Kiyoshi Takahashi, are a member of the Sunda clan, and my clan have pledged their loyalty to yours, and from today I obey your every command. Hoseki replied with a cheerful smile. Meanwhile, Daisuke and Hiroto were walking home together when Hiroto's face turned serious. Hey Daisuke, I just remembered I have to do something. Can we hang tomorrow? Huh, sure, Daisuke said. Hiroto turned the other direction, and when he checked the coast was clear, he engulfed his hand in flames. Mystic flames. Hiroto engulfed himself in fire and his clothes burned away and turned into a black jumpsuit with a cape. His eyes went from brown to red and summoned two katanas in each hand. Mystic flames, fire step. He said as his feet lit a blaze and jumped high into the sky. So Isaac decided to strike back with Kiyoshi. So let me get this straight. You're a part of a clan called the Hira clan, and they've been serving under the Sunda clan, which is my birth clan. Kiyoshi asked. That's right. So from today I'll be at your service. Hoseki said with a bright smile on her face. Now that we've got all that covered, let's start off with you. Blitz stopped when he felt a sudden spike of energy. Sorry, just zoned out. As I was saying, now that we've got that covered, how about you go home and we'll start your training tomorrow? Blitz said. All right, see ya. Kiyoshi said as he turned. We'll see you tomorrow, Blitz. Hoseki said as she followed Kiyoshi. Once they left, Blitz unsheathed his sword. I see Isaac has also sensed his spiritual mana. Unfortunately for him, we've found him first and we'll keep him away from his crummy hands. Blitz said before teleporting out the room. Kiyoshi and Hoseki were walking next to each other. Kiyoshi was walking home. The walk was a bit silent. Well, I already knew I was adopted, but I didn't expect to be a whole different race. Kiyoshi said. Well, I guess it might be shocking considering you've lived your whole life believing that you were a human and living like one, so I would expect that this is how you'd react. Hoseki said, trying to make him feel better. It's fine, what I need to do is get control of this power. Kiyoshi said with determination. Suddenly Hoseki created a bow using her wind and pointed in a specific direction. Kiyoshi, stay behind me, she said, making sure her aim was good. Why? What's the problem? Kiyoshi asked. When he asked, a skull troop came flying towards them. Hoseki created a wind arrow. Mystic wind arrow, she said as she shot the arrow directly impaling the skull troop's head. Target eliminated, Hoseki said. What is that thing? Kiyoshi asked, shocked. That's a skull troop. Minions who serve under Isaac. He doesn't just send them on their own, he probably has one of his higher level men on site. We need to be careful. Hoseki explained. Huh, who is this Isaac person? Kiyoshi asked. I'll explain later. Now I have to fight, Hoseki said. Alright, how can I help? How can I summon my weapon? Kiyoshi asked. To summon your weapon you need to call it with your mystic force, Hoseki explained. Okay, but how do you do that? Kiyoshi asked. Oh right, you just found out today. Well, you channel all the spiritual mana you have throughout your whole body and then send it to your hand. Hoseki explained. Kiyoshi closed his eyes and started looking for any form of power. There, Kiyoshi said as he began concentrating on spreading the power all around his body. Finally, a loud sound of static electricity was heard. Kiyoshi opened his eyes and there dancing on his hand was electricity. Great, now turn that into a weapon of your choice. Hoseki said. Kiyoshi didn't respond but he started to shape his electricity. Forge, he said as it turned into a pole with a guard near the hilt. The sides began to get thin as the thinnest point became sharp, the top being the point. The lightning dispersed and there in his hand was a katana with a hilt that had a black and yellow pattern. Kiyoshi started to look the sword up and down admiring the fine creation he just made. So beautiful, Kiyoshi said. Just then a skull troop went after them. Now that Kiyoshi had something to fight with, he had none of that. He jumped up real high and air slashed the skull in half. Take that, you ugly shit, Kiyoshi said with a smirk. Incredible, you're better than I thought. Hoseki complimented him. Impressive indeed. Kiyoshi and Hoseki turned to see Ryan. Ryan, Hoseki said to preparing a wind arrow. Kiyoshi got into a stance. Hira, who is this guy? Kiyoshi asked. This is Ryan, the Foreseen. He has the ability to put someone into an illusion by making them look into his eyes. Hoseki explained. Ah, so you did your research. That won't matter anyway if you're gonna die, Spirit Guardian. Ryan said, summoning his scythe and getting into a stance. Ryan charged at Kiyoshi and sent a vertical swing at him. Kiyoshi quickly dodged and deflected Ryan's scythe away from him. He then went for some jabs but Ryan dodged them all. Even with a blade in your hands you are nothing against me, Ryan cockily claimed. That's what you think, Hira. Kiyoshi got out of the way and Ryan was shot with a wind arrow. When did you? Ryan was about to say but Kiyoshi landed a vertical slash. Ryan jumped back and clutched his chest that was now slit and bleeding. Am I still nothing to you? Kiyoshi asked, getting back into a stance. Don't get cocky, boy. Ryan charged at him and started swinging his scythe at Kiyoshi. Kiyoshi blocked and dodged every single one of his attacks. My turn. Kiyoshi grabbed Ryan's scythe by the handle and pulled him into a slash to the gut. Ah! Ryan groaned in pain. Hira, get him now, Kiyoshi said. Hoseki charged up a wind arrow and shot it into Ryan's chest. We got him, Kiyoshi said. But then, ha 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 ha. A loud menacing laugh was heard. Foolish kids, Ryan said standing in front of Kiyoshi. How did you? Kiyoshi looked at the thing he killed and it was just another skull troop. A skull troop, Hoseki said in disappointment. But we didn't look into your eyes, Kiyoshi said. I don't need my eyes to put you into an illusion, that's my abilities. I'm able to put you into an illusion just by looking at me, he said before reaching for his blindfold. This is my true power, he said, removing it, showing off his purple eyes. As then their surroundings changed into a dark forest. Ryan's laughter could be heard. Hoseki and Kiyoshi stood, not dropping their guard. Hira, what do we do? Kiyoshi asked. I don't know, this is harder than I thought, Hoseki said. That's when 10 clones of Ryan appeared around them. Which one is the real one? Kiyoshi asked. I don't, let's just take them all on, Hoseki suggested. One of the Ryans charged at Kiyoshi but Kiyoshi was able to slash it but ended up being an illusion. Hoseki did the same but fell to the same fate. It was like if they destroy one then another one appears. Back into the real world, Ryan walked to their sleeping bodies and prepared to kill Kiyoshi. As he was about to strike him, his attack was blocked by 2 blades. Killing someone in their sleep? How cowardly can you be? Hiroto said, pushing Ryan back. Oh great, another insect, Ryan said, annoyed. How are you not stuck in my illusions? You've been looking into my eyes a lot, Ryan said. I casted a spell that allowed me to stay out of your illusions, Hiroto explained. Tell me, what's your name, warrior? Ryan asked. I am the overburning phoenix swordsman whose fire will never burn out even when faced with danger. I am the flaming knight Hiroto and Ba. Hiroto said, getting into a stance. Well, Hiroto and Ba, this is where you die, Ryan said. To be continued. Hey guys, sorry for taking so long. I've been struggling writing this chapter, but I managed. This was a fantastic chapter to write, and I hope the next one is just as great. If you like this chapter and you'd like to hear more, then please like this video and subscribe. Turn on my post notifications so you don't miss out on a video. And please leave a comment. I really love reading feedback, and any constructive criticism will be appreciated. This is Black and White Flash signing out. Peace.